Hi guys. Such a good piece of music. Someone had asked me in the comments a while back what it is, and I don't know. But it's really good. It's the reason why I have this title screen in Fall for Heaven 2, just because this is my favourite bit of music for the start screen. So let's load. We're at war, desperate war. And what we're not sure about is are we going to be able to produce units quickly enough and in enough quantity to make sure we have a fighting chance. Let's have a look. I don't think I've ever played a game where I've defeated Hyboran before, but that might be more to do with usually they've spawned further away from me. But this time they're they're right here in my face. Look at that desecration. Look at that awful transformation. Oh, beautiful grasslands. Beautiful mountains. Just twisted, tainted, perverted. Even whatever that used to be, was it horse? They're now toads. Let's go in. Look at them. Look at them sliming around. Eating the filth. And then the city itself. With those guardians with burning red eyes. And just infernal flame towering to the sky. The axemen with tiny pinhead skulls as they march over the desecrated plains of just tumbled bones, ash, dirt. Nothing green here. Nothing green at all. And so back to our civilization. There's sort of an interesting relationship here between the Fellowship of Leaves and sort of our first, I guess, religious hero unit, Kithra Kyriel, because the Fellowship of Leaves kind of comes from, is it Sus? I always say Succulus, but it could be Susilus, which was the god of nature. Didn't involve themselves much in any of the kind of the ancient history of this realm, if you like. They sort of retreated in the Age of Dragons and the conflict in that period. This is all ancient history. I mean, our people won't really have any knowledge of any of this. This is kind of just for us. But the elves, if you like, are men that were transformed, like we're talking like eons ago. And the elves are a very long-lived race as it is. They're sort of, I guess, in this sort of current era of when the races are rebuilding after the Age of Ice. The elves are considered an ancient race, but in the beginning they were actually born off man. They were sort of like a group of men that had retreated in the Dragon Wars, or the Age of Dragons, and that war between the gods. And they were men that worshipped their god succulus, and he kind of rewarded them by transforming them slightly, so they became longer lived, and the being that today people regard as elves. And I don't know even if the elves know that themselves. Perhaps I think maybe they think they're an elder race and they came before man. But what's interesting about all this for Kithra Kyriel is he might know. I'm thinking like maybe one time when he visited the holy city of Conrond Moor, which is where we first received kind of knowledge of the Fellowship of Leaves. Maybe he had a vision, and the archangel Senunos appeared to him and maybe gave him a little bit of this kind of history background. But what Kithra Kyriel knows is he's heard now that Hyborim is in our land, and he also carries with him the knowledge that Hyborim is a reflection of Senunos. Agez created Hyborim from the image of Senunos, and they fought a long time ago, and neither could defeat the other. They were too matched. So there's probably maybe a little bit of extra guilt here in Kithra Kyriel, because he knows that what he loves more even than our hippest people who worship the Fellowship of Leaves or follow the Fellowship of Leaves is Kithra Kyriel's connection with the natural world. The forests, nature is just that much stronger than the human hippus followers, even the most fanatical of them. It's kind of entwined into his DNA. But he knows it's kind of his responsibility somehow. Like Hyborim is his fault. Hyborim exists because Senunos exists. And they're sort of like diametrically opposed reflections. So he's going to be motivated to see Hyborim killed, because for him, this desecration of the natural land is worse than unholy. It goes deeper. It's something much more fundamental. So he's travelling to the front. What's he got with him? He's got a couple of catapult and an archer. So we're gonna. That's it. We wanted to buoy up the actual defences of this place to enable us to move our armies into position to start harrying Hyborim and striking him. Kind of before he gets too strong. We know the race is on, and I think we also know as a race that if we allow Hyborim the time to establish, we might not be militarily strong enough to take him down. So it's a race against time. So speaking of which, just have a quick look over. I think everybody's in order. Yeah, they're workers. Yeah, that's it. We've got workers out. He's got a horse archer there en route to escort him. So we're going to have workers building roads to this most northerly city and then developing it. He's our promoted hunter, the one that brought us the first direct evidence and news of Hyborim's arrival in our land. He's been rewarded with promotion to ranger and sent back out to gather more intelligence. We have a settler there. So I think we just end turn. Oh yeah, and the last video I uploaded, the quality on it seems like it's worse. You know, like if I'm like moused over a unit and then I've got all the text there, for example, it seems like even at 720p, that will be a bit kind of blurred and fuzzy compared to previous recordings. Okay, yeah, we're all moving together in. I'll do it. And the reason for that is, you know, I don't have a fancy setup at all for any of this, so I'm using, like, you know, the Windows Movie Maker or something tool for editing these videos together and stuff. You're staying there. You are flying over here. So yeah, the quality's a bit better, and I experimented with some other free tool. I can't remember what it's called now. Because I know you're meant to. Yeah, I will get this out. Sorry. You're meant to upload videos as an MP4, you know, to YouTube as a sort of a preference from YouTube stipulation. And when you record an MP4 in Windows Movie Maker, it gives you very low quality bitrate. It's kind of weird. You can do like a custom thing, but then you need to at least double the bitrate to get roughly half of what the eventual bitrate will be for that MP4 file. And so the files are a bit bigger, so it's a bit weird. So usually I upload in .wmv format, which is just the Windows Movie Maker's default format, as that gives best bitrate and the smallest file size compared to MP4. So the last video was as an MP4, because I'm just experimenting, because I haven't been happy with the general quality that YouTube is rendering all these videos in. So I'm trying things out, and I was like, okay, you want MP4, fine, I'll use a tool that gives me a good bitrate in MP4. So the MP4 for this, the last video for this, was uploaded at 10 megabits per second quality, which apparently should be easily high enough for proper good HD quality viewing. And well, you can see it for yourself. It's actually less quality than this video is going to be as a Windows Movie Maker video file. So whatever. So I'll stick back to with what I was doing before, and hopefully when they put the HD option back on the 720p option, then at least we can get, you know, some decent clarity again. I mean, it's less of a problem for Fall From Heaven than it is compared to my Fallout series. I mean, the moving around, you know, in 3D space in Fallout 3 has been really mashed to death by YouTube, but whatever. You know, I don't have the connection bandwidth to be able to upload sort of like, you know, 4 gigabit super high quality files just to ensure that, you know, it looks really nice. So we've all moved there. They're resting. We're going to wait for this small army of Kithra Kyriel to turn up. He's going to send an archer. Okay, so we might actually lose one. We might lose one population count here before we get the forge in. This is sort of like the lull before the storm, I feel. It's like we're a bit taken surprise, and it takes a little while just to kind of gear everybody up. so here, this was the plane where Mocha died. Caradog defeated Mocha. Barbarian Frostling hero. So what is... So if he goes... Yeah, I won't... What if he goes there, actually? I could probably hit that one. Would that be the better? I'm not sure. Maybe not. We should maybe keep an eye on... Because one of the concerns, actually, I have is... When we attack Hyborian, I'm not quite sure what Mahal is going to do. Okay, he's ready. Path through forests? Yeah. Maybe they'll be okay with that. The other archer there, that's good. So there's a couple. I think we've got this thingy here, haven't we, where if we build disciple units, we get bonuses, so we have to keep that in mind, because at some point I am going to need to build more Priest of Leaves. So an archer, so chariot or horse archer? I mean, our chariot probably could be stronger, actually, because we've got the iron online now, haven't we? So money's okay, so we don't need any of that. And they're kind of happy. Theatre could be nice. Grove. Okay, I might take a chariot. You know, we wasted that other one before, so... Okay, so it's going to be on a hill, so we're going to give it hill defense. And I'm just going to send in... As they're just individual military units, they can kind of look after themselves while they're en route. Yeah, this is... our promoted guy. 1, 2. What can you see? Terrible things. Ah, another scientist. Excellent. Okay, so how are we going to do this? It would give more science in that city. Othmar the astrologer. Excellent. So, I mean, we could either... We could maybe get him to join the academy that's already there and just pretend, which would boost science in this city. Let's have a look at... Is it that one? No. No. Is it that one? No. That's that one. Okay. So, yeah. So top, so the capital obviously, because it has the boosts and stuff, so that will give us +6, which will make it 59, which is pretty respectable. So it's an option. It wouldn't, I mean, the capital would still be regarded as having the most science, but it would strengthen the scientific credentials of our city of knowledge and discovery and technology and things. So the roleplay aspect of that could be nice, or it could be that this guy is simply like the first, the first great student to emerge from the academy that was founded here, and maybe his task is now to go and found another academy in another city. So let's just see what that offers us. Okay, you won't let me do it now. But yeah, I wanted to have a better look. So yeah, we're covering both parts. Who wants 12, 17? I've got an idea that these guys actually, I think if I take them back, I can promote them. And that might not be a bad idea. Let's try that. 1, 2. I'm just going to see if I can promote them. 2, 4, and so yeah, we wanted to go up here. We wanted to get you in there. I won't bother with the sheep for now, it's just a road through. Kind of the same here, we're just building roads. Oh, so I'm gonna put, well, that'll be. I'll wait till we get to the town maybe to sort that out. You're going straight across? I think so. Yeah. Okay, the forge is next turn. Excellent. And then we'll have a look at what the academy is. It would kind of boost definitely the... Okay, so now we're the most productive city after that forge being built. And we're growing very slowly, so that's fine. Now then. This is what I'm thinking. Do we consider the threat that bad that we go and search out the Baron and recruit him to our civilization? This guy is kind of very interesting. Is he undead? Is he undead? I can't remember exactly now if he is or not. Let me just check something. I actually have I've got the Fall from Heaven wiki thing open alongside when I play this game, just for every now and then it can be useful when you're trying to find stuff out. So this guy, maybe we should read a bit about him. So Baron Duin Halfmoon. Duin was a fearsome warlord during the Age of Magic. He hosted lavish banquets after his victories, where he and his generals feasted on the bodies of the captured opponents. Let that sink in a moment. His generals' ambitions grew to match his own, and they turned on him in a bloody civil war. Duin won the war, but lost his empire. In the end, he sat alone, feasting on the generals' bodies. So, this guy's pretty bad. Like all mortals, even the horrific Duin passed away, but he would not be allowed to sleep forever. In time of dire need, desperate mages performed rites to bring back the greatest, most feared general of history. But it was not without price. The gods knew of Duin's character and would not suffer him to be raised back to life without an appropriate form. Werewolves had not been seen in the world since the Age of Ice. Hardly possessed with the same mental faculties as vampires, the werewolves truly were hunted to extinction by the human survivors. But in Duin Halfmoon, these dark creatures will witness a terrible rebirth, and the free people would do right to tremble in fear. So, this guy. I mean, there's a side to the Fellowship of the Leaves, the Archangel Serenus. You know, we know that that Hyborim was created from Serenus by the chief deity Agios, as a sort of a dark reflection. So there's definitely, you know, it's one of the reasons why the Fellowship of Leaves, I guess, is cast as a neutral religion. It can kind of cut both ways. would we be desperate enough to recruit basically a werewolf spawning cannibal great warrior? Like, he's very strong. Hard choice. I mean, we're fighting the devil, aren't we? We're fighting the devil, and he's really strong. I think we will. I think the way we're going to play it is, you know, as part of our war preparations, we've sent out scouts around the land. We've gone. Yeah, they've gone to, well, not scouts around the land, we've gone to our priests in the Holy City, and we've asked them to investigate and perform the rites to bring Baron Dune Halfmoon back to life, you know, because he's classed as immortal, but he's perpetually on call, so we can call him back. So maybe they'll do the rituals, then we will get that guy in. Now let's have a look at this. Yeah, so Great Academy, it gives it a 50% boost in science, so that would easily make the capital super sciencey, which is fine, you know. I'm quite happy with it being maybe the stronger place. So who else have we got? So the capital 71, then it's Radonna, then it's Comrand Moore, then Feast Mabdom. So 50%. So I could do. So that's our one out to the west, isn't it? That's our one to the west. Yeah, maybe. Well, it's already our wealthiest city. Also, maybe Mura, Spain. Just to kind of even it up a bit. What was Mura, Spain's rating again? So science is 22, so plus 50%, plus 11. So it'll become 33. Yeah, and then we could work. Yeah, because there's a nice diagonal then between Mura, Spain and Radonna, with the iron in between. So okay, I think we'll go and set up our academy here. So we'll wait a little longer for it. Just because like it's so strong with science, our capital, like if I gave that a 50% boost, it would clearly outstrip the scientific value of Radonna, which I'm sort of trying to role play as our seat of like knowledge, scientific knowledge, that is. So let's. Okay, no, they've gone ahead already. Clear ahead for our new hunter. Not hunter, ranger. Sorry, you are promoted now. You should not forget. So maybe, yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye out on these guys. Just for some more XP. Put him directly there. Give that one a rest. We might even eventually get these horse units that we saw way back in our first video when they were slightly out of sync. They like appeared, or I spoke about them being there and then they appeared, as if I had clairvoyance. So the archery range was to give us that, the bonus, the extra defensive bonus it gives. This one is just general. We're just going to slowly develop. The harbour probably makes sense, we're near the water. Now then. Get him there. Kithra Kyriel comes to the front. We're going to give him the draw chance. This guy's going to heal briefly. I guess he's going to have to sneak around. Oh, he could go around that way. So we'd rather send him straight up now. Yeah, something I meant to do is see if I can see what the state of their... We've heard rumours about these Moiroi in the Caliban. Rumours that they might feast on human flesh or blood or something. So, we'll do the check. So he's built an imp there. Anything new? So longbowman, tough to break down with what we've got. We've got a great engineer, highball him obviously. And he's got a lot of master promotions there. On the side, I think he's got a magic weapon. Yeah. We might need the services of the Baron and his werewolf army and dealing with highball. Kind of like against like, really. It's about as evil as we get, like employing someone like Baron doing Half Moon. I mean, he's the sort of guy that Mahala would respect as well, so that might make her pause if she's looking at us, fancying a war. Great, we did our siege workshop. Catapulting 4. I think I'm going to try that, just so we can churn out extra units a bit quicker. So he needs to move into the forest. Scout ahead. Okay, there's a tiger. That will be... I think that will still have the strength, so we'll have to watch that. Should be okay though. Ooh. Ooh. He's working on his knowledge. Guess his. Let's get a road in there. And let's keep him just on the cap. So we're finally joined up. He's finally healed.
Good, waiting. Any, there's the good man.
There. I kind of feel like we need a few more, probably. Yeah, we were going to go this way.
Any, there's the good man.
Build a bridge there. Yeah. Okay, we're going to do the academy here. Excellent. Alright. We've got the Baron in 10. A chariot, which is just going to go to be a sort of a sentry in Clarmarachir. You know, it'll mostly be archers, and then I'll probably put a chariot and maybe some other unit in there. I have to think which one, and then we'll start to sort out these armies a bit. Might have the catapults in one, maybe with Caradoc, then a Priest of Leaves, and then I might go with like the big guns like the giants and Kithra Kyriel in the other one, and then hopefully with 2 satyrs, if we can promote our fawns, if we can get these guys promoted, hopefully with 2 satyrs as well. So there'll be a good like attack base, and I guess Baron will join with Kithra Kyriel. Elves and werewolves, or maybe the Baron would go with Caradoc. We'll see how it pans out, kind of what the balance of units is looking like. Okay guys, well I think we'll leave it there. Stay safe, and let me quickly get a save in. And we will carry on the adventures of these hippest people, and the interesting time that they are living in as we live in our own. Don't know whose is worse. This looks pretty bad. Looks pretty bad. Anyway, take care. Bye bye.